Hi everyone, welcome back to Grandpa Mark's Hobbies. Today we're going to put heater hoses in our Camaro. I have 20 pounds of this solder. What I will do is I will put all the information that's on this in the description down below. Was given this, so I can't really tell you where to get it, but this is the perfect size for heater hose. I took a piece yesterday and gave it a quick paint job. Wasn't worried about complete coverage because it's going to get all scratched up anyhow doing this. I started this by checking the heater. The upper heater hose will go to the not to the intake. The lower heater hose goes to the intake. The upper one goes to the water pump. So we're going to start with the lower one just because that's the way they're going to have to run to fit. And I already drilled a hole here for the heater hose, and I drilled a hole in the back here for the heater hose. So we're going to have to make that fit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop this in here, all the way in. I'm going to grab a toothpick, and I'm going to bend it over the toothpick, just like this. And oh yeah, that's going to be high, but don't worry about it. Let's pull it out of here and straighten it out like that. That'll give us a good length. Now, what I want to do is run it around the front of the valve cover, and then I'm going to start swooping it around behind the alternator here. So let me grab it right about there, because that's where I want that bend to start. And we're going to go just like this. And this is one time that Snicker bar fingers comes in handy. So we'll put this back in a hole here, and you can see I'm going to scratch it up by using these. And look at that. I think, honestly, that looks pretty good. Let's get a length here. I'm going to turn it. You can see how the heater, tilt this up a little bit. You can see how the heater sticks out just a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come straight up to the back of the firewall and a little bit more, because I don't want to interfere with the interior. So let's take this back out. And we're going to trim that down about half. And we'll drop it back in. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to hold it up. I'm going to go for the bottom hole here. And I'm going to drop it in the top hole. Maybe. No, I'm going to drop it right on the ground. Let's try that again. And this is a whole lot easier to do when I'm not trying to do it on camera. Okay, so we're in there. Let's come over and drop it in the hole here. I'm not in there, and I'm going to be very careful so that doesn't fall onto the ground. Now, grab it again. And there. There's the first heater hose. Let's give that a little kiss. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to take just a smidge of super glue, because that's going to stay right where it is. Put a drop in my cap. Man, I wish I had 1,000 more of these caps. I don't even know where I got them. This toothpick's pretty messed up on that side, so we're going to go with the clean side. I'm going to get just a tiny bit of that. I think it's time for me to get new super glue. Tiny bit on there. And I'm going to come over this up just a smidge. Run that on it. And put it back in the hole. And now we're going to just leave that sit for a minute. There's the first one. And there's no set rules on this. You make it look right. That's all. Now this one is going to come down right close to my thermostat bypass. Right there. And there's really no hole for this. So this one, what I'm going to start out doing, and I'm using the better one that's better painted. You can still see it didn't get painted all the way, but that's what touch-up's for. And you saw how I'm manhandling it with the tweezers anyhow. Let's cut off the part of the lead. This is heavy. That didn't get any paint. And I'm going to go backwards this time. I'm going to come in here. Is in the hole. And look, I had 100 feet. I could run that all the way under the seat if I wanted to. And I'm going to bring my finger. I'm going to come around that alternator. Just like that. And now see, I got a whole ton of room. I can pull this back out. Look at that. I was way in there. But I'm going to form this just a little like that. We're going to go back in here. I'm going to have to cut a ½ an inch off of this. Now I want to get a length this way. Jeepers, I'm going to be going lefty here. Get a length right here. Now we're going to come back out. And I'm going to do a quick release. Turn it that way. And I'm going to start my bend. Like that. And I'm rolling the tweezers. I'm not just bending on them. I'm going to give them a roll like this. Because I don't want a super duper sharp bend in that. Now let's get that formed down. I'm 1.5 miles. I'm going to cut that right now off right about there. Because I want it to go in like this on an angle. And I'm also going to cut some of this off the back so you won't see it. I'm trying to do this in the frame and where you can see. Let's cut about that much off. Total guess. That much. Get these out of here. Now we're going to come back. And I'm going to drop that in the hole in the heater. This is all about the prep work, guys. If you prep it nice, it'll look awesome. Look at that. Shoot, I should have put glue on it already. Let's pull that out, and I'm going to just twist it up. Bring this back. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to glue it right now. Put a good glob of Max Cure. I got that on Amazon. I'll put a link. Tweezer. Get some on the tweezer just like that. I want a good ball here because I got to get down inside there and put it right in that hole right there. All right, doesn't take a lot. This solder super glues crazy good. Look at that, guys. What'd that take? 8-10 minutes? I'm gonna let that dry. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna touch it up again with the FX85 rubber black. Good stuff for looking like hoses. And we're done. No sense in me keeping you around any longer than that. But there's heater hoses where there were no heater hoses in the kit for half a foot of solder and 20 minutes worth of time. So anyhow, I am Mark. This is Grandpa Mark's Hobbies. I would love a thumbs up, big time. If you could give it, a subscription would help. And always come back and see what else I can screw up. So you all have a great day.